the Mountain of Second Chances. In a quiet village nestled beneath the towering mountain, lived a young man named Arin. Everyone in the village believed the mountain was impossible to climb. Its cliffs were steep, its winds fierce, and its paths ever-changing. Over the years, many had tried to reach the summit, but no one had succeeded. Arin wasn't the strongest in the village, nor the fastest. In fact, some called him ordinary. But Arin carried something extraordinary within him, a stubborn dream he refused to let go of. Ever since he was a child, he would stare at the peak glowing beneath the morning sun and whisper, "One day, I'll stand there." When Arin finally announced he would attempt the climb, most villagers laughed. "People stronger than you have failed," they said. "Don't waste your time," others warned. But Arin had made up his mind. On the first day of the climb, Arin felt unstoppable. The path was clear, and his determination burned bright. But halfway up, the weather shifted. Winds howled, rain slammed against him, and Arin slipped, falling hard onto the rocks below. Bruised and shaken, he crawled back to the village. Some villagers smirked. "We told you," they said. Others whispered, "He'll never try again." For a while, Arin believed them. Failure felt heavier than the mountain itself. Weeks passed, and he avoided the sight of the peak. But one morning, as he watched the sunrise paint the mountain gold, something stirred inside him. The dream was still there, quietly burning. Arin stood up. "I fell," he said to himself, "but that doesn't mean I can't rise." This time, he prepared differently. He studied the weather, trained his body, and learned from those who had tried before him. He accepted that the climb wouldn't be easy, but he no longer feared difficulty. When he set out again, the villagers watched in silence. The climb was harder than before. There were moments when Arin's legs trembled, when the cold bit into his bones, when doubts whispered in his ear. But each time he struggled, he remembered. The moment he got back up, the moment he chose to try again. One night, exhausted and alone on a narrow ledge, Arin almost gave up. Then he looked upward. The summit was still far, but for the first time, he saw it not as an impossible dream, but as something he was getting closer to, inch by inch. The next morning, after hours of pushing through pain and fear, Arin pulled himself over the final ridge. The wind calmed, the sky opened, and there, he stood on the summit that no one had ever reached. He didn't shout, he didn't celebrate, he simply breathed, letting the moment fill him. Below him, the entire world stretched out like a painting. The sun warmed his face, and Arin thought, "This is what happens when you rise after falling." When Arin returned to the village, the people were amazed. But what inspired them most wasn't that he reached the top, it was that he tried again after failing.